I started a local business with an online presence where I offer products and services which uses my shop to its fullest, and custom engravings are a key element in my target audience and market. The WeCreat Vision Pro has made this part a breeze, with its advanced features such as auto leveling, a massive database of example results saving you any trial and error. I started selling my engraved products on the Facebook Marketplace, but decided to step it up, give myself an official online presence, different ways to pay, basically an online shop but with aim at a local market, for now at least. I registered a .com and using a service called Shopify, similar to what I already use at madbuilds.com for my build plans, I set up shop. So I whipped up an official looking front and got to creating a few products to get started. I decided to aim a crowd that likes to party, mainly weddings, again for now. I didn't brand the site that way, but the products I offer for now are things that they want. Back to the shop, here's how I developed my first products. Wanting to keep it to classic woodworking, I decided the first thing I do is charcuterie boards and offer full-sized custom engravings as well as wood species and the shape as options. I went to the hardwood store and got lots of interesting woods, including some walnut, cherry, maple, and my favorite new discovery, pulper heart. I started with 3 models, and to keep it simple and fully use my tools, I made the templates for the boards using MDF on the Vision Pro laser, saving me a ton of time sanding and getting perfect templates. I simply give the files to the WeCreat software and it just cuts them out from pre-selected settings in the database. I bought on Etsy a pack containing dozens of shapes. I'll select a few to offer on my site to not overwhelm my customers and myself with a ton of templates. Making those is very easy. You get wood wide enough, or in this case, set up a glue up that is wide enough for the charcuterie board you want, trace it out with a pencil, and cut it out on the bandsaw, staying out of the light. With a router, using the template and double-sided tape, using a flush trim bit, you transfer that shape exactly from the template to your wood. All that's left is to do a round over on the sides or whatever effect you want. Sand it well to 320 grit and they're ready for an engrave. That only takes a few minutes and it's as simple as dropping the image in the WeCreat software, scaling it to an overview of the materials, and press go. Let the machine do the rest of the work. With most engravers, you have to measure the distance from the top of the materials to the laser head. With the Vision Pro, this is done automatically. And after that, you're usually left with guessing what power and speed to run your engraver. With this, you can select how dark you want it on the material preview I mentioned earlier, which is one of the big advantages of WeCreat's machines. The work they put into testing all those materials, thicknesses and settings so you don't have to guess or research at all. Just compare it to the results available in the app. Alignment with a camera is just easier and safer. After all this work on a cutting board, it would be terrible to engrave it off-center, have to sand all that off and start over. With a few boards engraved, I got to finishing them with simply butcher block oil. I might refine this process. I've heard of mixing waxes to have a more permanent result while staying food safe. This is my first product. On the website interface, it's pretty easy to just add them. Shopify takes care of payments and you get that money at the end of each month. Now I plan to start this with 2 more products. And my next one is what got me started with this idea, custom wine glasses. I think if I manage to find wedding planners or wedding groups and market my products, be competitive compared to their shipped options, I can compete and make a big business out of it. Subscribe now and I'll cover this new venture here. I truly believe it's going to work. I just have to put the energy, time, as I have the shop for it. Again, on Etsy, I bought a pack of wedding style graphics, and I settled on a few examples to show and offer, in addition to, as I said, let them choose their own graphics and simply offer the product and service. When they select items on the store, there's going to be, of course, a choice of designs as a drop down, but one option will be custom graphics, where the customer will have to supply a custom email address that will be given to them at purchase. It's a simple system that I think will work great. I'll test and see how it goes. As you can see, making those glasses is pretty easy. I need to use this washable paint to create an opaque surface, as diode lasers cannot engrave glass directly. This is all washable by simply rinsing off, and you'll need to clean the glasses anyway before giving them to customers, so it's not too much of a hassle after the engraving. Now back to taking photos, and I've got a second item offered on my store, or almost ready to market and find some customers. My next product is something I've sold a few of in the past, but I want to get serious about them as they're a huge income potential and are a little work. I've made a few videos about those custom maps, which I make using a service called Laser Map Maker. I'm not affiliated with them, but I love their website, which takes any map in the world and converts the roads, ground, and water into separate vector files that I can easily send to the Vision Pro for cutting. I cut those on 3mm basswood that I buy on Temu to save some money from buying them on Amazon, which is the same product with a markup. Once they're ready, I use some simple acrylic paint to do them. Usually blue for the water, black for the roads, and the middle part, sometimes I leave it wood colored, sometimes I do green. It kind of depends on where it is, what the people want, or just me trying things. To get good sales on those, I plan to make sure they know it's a custom item, very custom. Since I plan to use Facebook Marketplace to market my posts, the long titles and photos should give me plenty opportunity for that before they even reach my site. My last item will be custom dog tags with funny images of dogs, custom sayings, and of course on the back, phone number and any other information buyers want. I want my offering to be different than what you can get at the vet, which is usually strict rules like one line name, one line number. I want them to be able to send me an image if they want, and I'll etch it on there. Here's a few example ones I'm making, to both inspire my buyers and get some good pics for the site. With all those prepared, I now have a lot of work taking photos, working on the website, creating descriptions, and the style of the site. As I keep pushing this new venture, I plan to document a lot of it here, so subscribe if that's the kind of stuff you want to see. Thanks to WeCreat for sending this unit over. How easy it is to use and its great engravings and cuttings was a big part of me wanting to take this to the next level and make it a production tool. Make sure to check the description if you're curious about laser engravers. This one really makes it awesome, and there's a coupon there to save some good money. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and maybe are inspired by the possibilities of monetizing your shop. I sure am, and am excited for the months to come. See you next time.